So we're at the Catch in North Cave. Looks great. There's a pub right next door, the White Hart. We've decided to come up to Hull and surrounding areas just for a couple of nights and a few chippies, 4 in all. And we've gone looking for some great chippies. Let's get cracking. I've already seen my wife. She's got a standard haddock and chips with some scraps. And you know what? It was huge. I've got a large one. I can only hope I've not overdone it. Nice cardboard packaging. This is a patty. We're going to get to that in a minute. This is the large haddock and chips and scraps. And it's in beef dripping. Gotta love beef dripping, haven't you? So let's have a little look at this. Wow. Would you look at that? I'm going to cut this straight in half. I want to know what's going on in here. You can smile on my face. Do you like that? Oh. If you want to taste what real haddock tastes like, get yourself in here. Once you taste this, you know, and you'll be comparing it with others. Maybe you're looking for the price of the fish and chips that I've eaten, whether it's a couple of different kinds or not. They're always in the description. The total spend, plus whether it's cod or haddock or whatever it is, and chips, and the price. So check that out in the description. There's loads of information in there. I just can't get over this batter. Would you look at that? We had a chat about etiquette and manners. Now, I don't like somebody talking with a mouthful. It's up to them. They want to do it. And I won't look at them while they're talking. It's just something, I'm a bit funny like that. So, should you pick it up with your hands or use a knife and fork was what the chat was about. When you're at a chippy, I think you should go. And especially if it's in paper, just pick it up. Part of the fun. Normally when you're walking down the prom, or the beach or whatever, you'll have, well, you have to pick it up with your hand or use one of their wooden forks. On the chips, we've got a bit of whole spice, but it's a paprika-based salt, and you sprinkle it all over your chips if you want. But it's delicious. You can see the colour in that spice. And I'm going to get some of these scraps. So I'm back to a fork. I was saying about manners and etiquette and things like that. If I'm in a restaurant, knives and forks all the way, although I might pinch the odd chip for put sauce on it, or mushy peas all over it, it's obviously going to be a fork. And maybe a knife. And it's the same with a lot of things. If I eat a lot of things in a restaurant, even outside, if I put peas and curry or whatever on there, I'm going to have to eat it with a fork. I'm not that barbaric. I don't mind a little bit of grease on my fingers. I don't like curry and peas or steak puddings on my fingers. So let's try their curry. Nice little pot. Oh, that's nice and thick. Let's get a chip in there. Yeah, that's nice. So that is really nice. I've had to take the spoon to it. It's got plenty of bits going on in there. Not fruity. Not too fruity, I should say. Try a little bit of this batter dipping in there. It's even got a bit of a kick to it. Okay, so far so great. Without even stirring them, I'm going to go with the test. Look at that. That's how I like my mushy peas. I told you this at the beginning. If I can stand a fork up in it, it's going to be good. I know it. Of course, it has to taste good too. But would you look at that? Yeah, it's there. Keep going back to this haddock. It's getting a no. All I can think about is getting stuck back into this. But let's try some more of this with some peas. Nice and subtle. All the right flavours. Take a bit of this fish with it. Let me know in the comments. Do you pick your food up? And when you do you do it in a restaurant, or do you use a knife and fork in a restaurant? Let me know how you like to eat your food. Chippy food. We're not talking about all kinds of other food. Right, I'm going to close this lid for a second. You better believe I'm going back to that in a minute. Let's try this patty. But that batter, again, in that beef dripping, so that has got a fabulous texture. It's not damp, it's not too firm. That is fantastic. The texture is perfect. Let's give it a try in this curry. I like that. Have a bit of a rundown here. The patty, absolutely fantastic. Subtle, not greasy. Enough flavour. The curry sauce, ideal. It's an all-rounder. It'll go on just your chips, it'll go on your fish and chips, it'll go on all kinds of foods. The mushy peas, spot on. Absolutely spot on. I'd really like them. Lovely texture. Just to add a mush, if you like. Mush. The haddock and chips, as you can see, it's looking pretty marmalised. You ain't seen nothing yet. That will look like that in about 5 minutes. I guarantee it. So it's back to the computer, where we'll look at a few reviews. A low one somewhere in the middle, a high one, mine. See you there. And I think before I go on with the reviews there, I need to mention this, chip spice, or people were calling it whole spice. It's almost like a legend, and everybody swears by this, what they call it, whole spice. And when I ask, is there an actual name called whole spice, they say, well, no, there's nothing with whole spice written on it. But this was created in Hull. So I did a little bit of research, and let's have a little look first. I'm going to tell you what's in it. We've got paprika, salt, onion powder, tomato powder, spices, exact mix often kept secret. Well, I would imagine that being kept secret. It's not an often thing, is it, to keep something a secret like that, when really, when it comes to it, when you've got an exact spice mix, like KFC, you can get a patent on those kind of things, but it's not in your best interest because there's a time limit on a patent. Not only that, you have to put in what's in it into your patent when you actually apply. You have to give all the ingredients away. So they're basically trade secrets, and they're kept under lock and key, and only a certain amount of people can access these things. So I think that's probably what they're talking about there, because I'd imagine it being a secret, but at the same time, sugar, garlic powder, flavour enhancers, as in monosodium glutamate, which is always in a lot of things like that, isn't it? Citric acid, colouring, paprika, extract, anti-caking agents. But if I go back into the history of it, and it's a strange one because I had to get some, obviously, with being in Hull, and I had to see what all the fuss was about. And it turns out that it was actually created in Hull. If I go back to this information that I've put together here, 1970s, Rod and Brenda Wilson developed the seasoning. It was likely used privately or in a limited context before being introduced to the public. While the initial idea was inspired by American-style seasoning salt, there's also a chicken salt, isn't there, from Australia, and I've talked about that once before. The spice itself was created in Hull. In 1979, John Science opens a Yankee Burger in Hull and begins using the seasoning from Rod and Brenda Wilson on chips and burgers, effectively launching it to a broader audience. So it was invented in Hull in the 1970s, made famous in Hull in 1979 at Yankee Burger, and currently manufactured in the south of England under American Chip Spice Limited. I'd heard so much about Hull Spice every time I've been anywhere near there on the east coast of England, east coast of Yorkshire. People have said to me, did you have any Hull Spice? Did you have Hull Spice there? I was at a loss. I even typed it in once, Hull Spice, and I got all these different results. So it's basically, what it is, chip spice. And you know what? It's delicious. It really is. So if you get yourself some of that, you probably get it off Amazon or whatever, and give it a go. Let's look at these reviews. 3-star. Chips could do with a bit longer in the fryer. 4-star. Decent fish and chips, reasonable price, and cooked fresh. Only downside, bottles of Coke a bit expensive. 5-star. You think you've had fish and chips then? Well, you really haven't. Come here and taste exceptional fish, chips, peas, and most probably everything else they cook. Fresh, tasty, and well worth popping here for if you are fairly local. Wish it was my local Chippy, it says. Mine, 5 stars. Driving in off the road, along a short stretch of private road to the large car park, there is a lovely pub on the corner, then some covered seating, and then the catch. And everything is so well presented and inviting. Entering the shop, it was spotlessly clean and tidy, with warm and welcoming staff ready to take your order. The smell of beef dripping permeates the air, getting those taste buds going. The large haddock was indeed large and thick, and it tasted wonderfully fresh. It was some of the tastiest haddock I have had. The batter was light, with a pleasant crunch, and the scraps scattered on the top gave the whole dish a lumpy, rustic finish. The chips, although a little dark overall, were delicious. The mushy peas were just perfect for my taste, thick and subtle in flavour, with very little in the way of seasoning. The patty, or potato patty, had a stuffing-like flavour and was quite heavy and thick, but not at all overly damp, and it came in that same light, crispy, beef-dripping batter. The curry sauce was a good all-round, not too hot or too mild, not overly sweet, as some can be. Plenty was going on in it. Cooking in, beef dripping, hygiene rating 5, card or cash, fish reviewed, Haddock. Fabulous. See you on the next one.